Now this is the Padron. When I think of Padrones, for me, my favorite of the line really is the 26. I think it does the most for the money. Meaning, once you get past 26, now 64 is amazing. But when you think about it, depending on, I love 64, and for cost effective, 64 gives you a lot, and it's always cheaper than 26. Sometimes, in some places, maybe they gouge both, like in New York. But the way to look at the 26 compared to 64, for maybe around the same size for just a few more dollars, you get a 26. This is one of my favorite sizes, the number 6. The number 35 is the smallest one. It's like a 4x48. This is like almost a 5. It's a 4.8 or something like that. It's just shy of, basically it's around a Busto though, give or take. And it's a 50 gauge. I think that's where the 26 and the 64 shines in like a standard size, like Robusto and smaller. It's my opinion on that. I'm gonna light this up. From the box, this was a fresh box. Just looking at, I love the way that wrapper looks. That looks fantastic. Very dense pack, but doesn't feel super heavy for its size, but a very dense full pack. But come on, Padron. That cap's a little, it's a little ugly there, So, I mean, it is what it is. Padron, though, no matter even looking at a little bit of a sloppy cap, they always operate. I think they're one of the best in the business when it comes to just operating. The drawers are always fucking never plugged. I never had a plugged Padron. We'll get this going. Pretty much exactly what I expect is a good amount of earth, really rich chocolate notes, maybe a nice coffee note, and a lot of black pepper moving around. But I mean superior, like clarity notes. Notes of clarity. I can't stress that enough. Yeah, do I like the Padron 26 Maduro? No, I love it, and I prefer it in the smaller sizes, and I can't stress enough. Really, with 26s, I prefer this size at best when it comes to bigger and smaller. The next size up will be what, the 5.5 by 50 or 5.5 by 52, the number 9. But I'd rather have the number 6. That's my opinion on this. A real classy cigar, a very professional cigar. And when you think about this day and age of pricing, when you get to the 26, when it comes to like a Maduro cigar, it does everything you could want. And when you get to Family Reserve, in some ways you could say they're better, but you're talking about sometimes 30, 40, 50% more cost. And is it 50% better? And that's the question. But for me, I would prefer the 26 and the 64 with their price points. Almost like, not to say diminished returns when you go higher than that, but it does a lot. It does a lot, and I'm completely content. How much better can you ask for, like a Nicaraguan cigar with the Maduro wrapper? That might be Mexican San Andreas, according to lots of people, and now nobody talks about that shit no more. And it is what it is. Off the bat, it's a medium full. Definitely smoother than the 64. Some people might prefer the little more power of the 64, and you will save some money compared to it. But the 26, I think, is the pinnacle of Padron, where it just reaches, I think, Padron perfection for their blends. And anything higher, yeah, you can go with, the Family Reservers, and, in some ways, okay. I think this is still their best shit, and factoring the money as well. Of course, can you go higher with the Family Reservers? In some ways, in my opinion, I think they're stronger. Even though they're using more aged tobacco, but those are stronger. Like the Padron 64, 44, the 45. Holy shit, that 45 is a powerhouse, or like the 85 powerhouse. This is the Padron I would smoke the most. This is the Padron I would recommend the most. I think the 26 Maduro and the number 35 or the number 6 just gives you everything. Everything. Now, of course, I always say, and other people say too, these things smoke fast. And they do, because they operate very well. They almost like a cigarette, they operate themselves. But I also believe the draw is so great, And these things are very tasty that you can, or you might be smoking these faster than normal. I don't know. I think all those things are a possibility. But however, though, you can slow down on these, and you could get an hour out of this, or maybe a little more, if you take your time. And very unlikely Padron going out. Very smooth, dark earth, really rich chocolate note, like a milk chocolatey note, really decadent. And that's my favorite part of the Padron 26. The black pepper's there, a nice rich coffee note, like an espresso. So overall, it's about 3/4 darkness, 75%. The way it feels, the vibe, it's definitely a strong cigar, but not ass-kicking at all. And I feel it's almost elegant with the way it controls the power for what it has. But at the same time, still, I consider this as, not a weak cigar. I'll still consider the Padron 26 Maduro on the strong side, but very beautiful, especially for like a Nicaraguan. Pure, allegedly. So are these things phenomenal? Excuse me, I was holding the smoke. Oh, yeah, baby. These cigars are great. These cigars are great. I can't stress it enough. I don't really need to recommend or make a video on this. This is pointless. The Padron 26 Maduro has its own reputation. But the price, down here in Florida, these things are much cheaper than any other state I've seen, even at a store. I mean, you can get these cigars. You can get the small one, the 4x48, the number 35 for $12.99. That's a deal. Well, we're back. What a beautiful cigar. Let's get rid of that ash. Doesn't want to go, but let's tap it away. What a beautiful medium to full strength cigar. Beautiful notes of really milky chocolate on the 26 Maduro. The earth is there, but it's more refined and less pronounced on the 64. The 64 is stronger, less refined, maybe a little more potent. The finish on this is decadent. Long, heavy finish, but what a beautiful finish, because that chocolate note stays around in the finish. Just coats the tongue. Not a good transitional cigar. I wouldn't want to smoke the 26 and then have another cigar, unless you can stick with 26. Really nice espresso note, and a nice amount of black pepper. The 64 will have more black pepper, but it's less refined. It's less age on the 64. So do I recommend a 26? You betcha. I love this cigar. I love this cigar. This cigar in this size, the number 6, which is basically a slightly short Robusto with the 50 gauge in this profile. The way it hits, though, even though it's really 4 notes, it's, you think, oh, it's a simple cigar, but the clarity but it's the clarity and the quality of the notes and the way they're proportioned and the way they all fit together. It's a gem. It's a 4.8. I love this cigar. That's a box-worthy cigar, and that's all you need to know. I mean, also very reusable. I mean, this cigar gets a lifetime pass unless somehow Padron 26 Maduro in these smaller sizes, unless it somehow they start dropping the ball in quality, but whatever, I don't think Padron would do that. Padron 26 in basically Robusto, 4.8 by 50, world class. I can recommend it in this size. You're gonna have a grand old time with a really beautiful 3/4 strength, 3/4 darkness. It's a comfortable, strong cigar in this size. I recommend it. Can't stress it enough. And when you compare it to the rest of Padron, it's a value compared to the Family Reservas or the 90th, which is, whatever. So that's it. See you guys around.